Oh, does this know that it's going through YouTube? Let's see. Am I being heard right now? Let's see. Let's go try it out. What's going on? Whoa. Whoa, all these people's channels is going on. All right, I am live. Okay, great. I'll just chill here for a couple seconds. Check it out. See if I get some latency there. All right, cool. I might even zoom in a little bit more, so it's like less laptop and other stuff in the background. Hold on. Ooh, latency is crazy over here. So, right, let's just talk about this, because this, before I have to go back out and work. Had to live stream it today because honestly I wanted to see if I can make a video in time, but I couldn't. But then Sony's coming out with new cameras, bro, and it's just interesting to see that it's happening so fast, right? I feel like just a couple weeks ago they came out with, the A7C2 and, the A6700 and all these other cameras. But today with the A9III being announced, I'm just pissed I missed the event. It was in New York, like literally right in my own backyard, but I've just been so caught up and busy that I just said, I'm just going to edit, make some extra money, because, filmmaking gear is super expensive. But let's talk about the A9III, and now Sony paying attention to their community and sending out some firmware upgrades. As a cinematographer and as someone who is constantly spending money on gear, it's a little demoralizing as a consumer, right? You're saving up all this money to run your business, and the second you get a camera, they come out with a new one, and then they stop checking in on the older one, which really, it wasn't that old to begin with. It's really state of the art. So them coming out with Sony, coming out with that upgrade, that firmware update, and having 1/48 shutter angle in their prosumer camera known as the Sony A7S III, them having that is definitely huge when it comes to, their brand. Like, I felt like Sony as a brand was starting to feel like a little cheesy, like a little like coming out with gear every 2 seconds. But with that upgrade, it shows you that they're actually sticking to their word and that they're actually valuing their community. So what I'm going to do is, in this video, I'm going to talk about my setup here and my overall look that I'm going for in 2024. So, boom. Outside of that A9, right? Because the A9 is so expensive. I have been investing into cinema cameras, right? Right here I have the FX6 with, it's D-rig. Like, I normally have it super suited up, but not today. I just rather just calm my rig down today because it's a lot easier to carry. But I've been focusing on my colors lately, right? So lately I've been getting into this thing. It's an Atomos Ninja V, an Atomos Ninja 5. A lot of people already know about it, but honestly, I don't think people can speak more loudly on how important it is to have something like this when you have a Sony camera. When you have a camera that can't shoot ProRes RAW internally, or at least can't shoot ProRes RAW with the crappy SD cards that I have, it's good to have one of these. And ProRes RAW and just the colors that I've been getting out of that, I haven't had to do like so much interchanging and so much manipulating of the footage, because it just looks good coming out of camera. Granted, the file sizes are huge. Like, look, if I take this out of my camera, it's 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes is a lot. So most of my footage is, I always say footages for some reason. Most of my footage is anywhere from 200 gigabytes to 600 gigabytes for a YouTube video, and for like client work or I couldn't imagine doing a wedding like this, because a wedding with this camera and 4K and all that, those numbers, that comes to an exorbitant amount of memory. But that's not what this video is about. This video is just about the color workflow, the fact that I'm trying to upgrade to this cinema line, and just kind of thanking Sony and building this community of people who give feedback, people who are just trying to produce more and more films and tell more and more stories, right? Because the reason I am being a filmmaker in general isn't just to review gear, isn't just to, get the latest and greatest lights and followers, subscribers, all that, metrics and stuff. It really is to tell the stories of people who can't tell their stories, or to engage in a discourse, or to even broaden discussions on any topic that you might not necessarily know about. And through video and through, editing and interviewing people and doing research, I become a smarter individual. I become a more well-rounded individual. And this all stems from me picking up a camera to make a YouTube video like 3 years ago. So definitely love YouTube on that front. Let me just go forth and look at this. So looking at the setup here, we have to just disable this so you can see I made a thumbnail for this before. So, but I want to show you that, they come out with the A9, and not only do they come out with the A9 and all these specs here, 24 megapixels is a little bit more than the Sony A7III, which is what I'm shooting on now. It's a 24 megapixels, so it's not too many megapixels there, but it is a global shutter. I'm going to repeat that. Global shutter. And what that means is essentially you do not have to worry about a lot of things. Every pixel is going to be exposed and analyzed before you see it. And as you see it, really, I don't even know how to break down the math. It's just happening so fast that it's basically instant. There's no weird distortion that's going to happen when you take too many photos at once. And you're never going to miss the moment with this new camera. And it's just cool to see that. And it's just cool to see that. And it's like cool to see where this can be headed, right? Like, where is filmmaking going to be headed now as a result of this new update? Like, if they can do that on that camera and then also release firmware updates for the A7S III, when is the firmware update going to come for this bad boy? Like, if a firmware update comes out for this, you might not necessarily need to release a Mark II for like 2-3 years, which is, you shouldn't, because one, I just got this one. And I just got this one. Don't come out with a new one, even though they probably will, 2024 to 2024, 2025. But yeah. Second thing they release here, Sony, is they release not the A9III, but they also released this f300 2.8 lens. Now that's 300 millimeters. That means literally this Tamron lens is let me zoom it all the way out. Whoop. This all the way zoomed out is a 300 millimeter lens. It's APS-C, yeah, sure, whatever. But nonetheless, 300 millimeters. Getting that with a f2.8, that fixed aperture, it is a lot of money. Granted, that and the A9III cost around 12, 13 grand without memory cards. So maybe 14 grand with the whole thing counted in there. So that lens is going to be worth it. Who's that lens for? That's for the wildlife photographer. That's for the sports photographer. That's for somebody who does portraits as well, but you got to stand uber far back. And if you want to get one of those, Sony and all these camera manufacturers come out with these lens adapters that even add a little bit of a boost to it, so you might be able to zoom in even more, since it is a full frame G Master lens. So those three things they announced in their New York briefing this morning, and I thought it was cool. I wish I could have been there. A lot of my favorite creators went, and I was like, wow, I should try to get there and show face and do my thing there. But yeah, I didn't. So I'm stuck here, and I want to just talk more about what's going on here and what's my plans for the future here in this studio space. So a lot of people are asking me, when are we going to do the giveaway? What's the giveaway about? The giveaway will be any day that I reach 5,000 subscribers. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at my channel, And I'm going to say, this person commented on this many videos. They get, 3 names, drop them to a hat. I'm not dropping them to a hat. I'm dropping them to like one of those free giveaway randomizer things online. And I'll actually go live when it happens. So you guys can be like, oh, like you picked somebody unfair, or you did this, or you did that. But no, I won't do any of that. And if you commented on a video previously, I'll give you more entries into that situation. But the goal of that is to just broaden your horizon. Like, obviously, if you're going back on my videos and you're watching them, one, they're going to have a little bit of an impact of you I hope so, because they are going to be motivating, either to do this or to do whatever the hell you do, like it can be working out, running. I know the New York City Marathon just happened. Shout out to a lot of my friends and your friends and your family members who just competed in it. That, as well as Chicago back in September, I believe. Chicago in September. I don't really remember. I don't remember when that was fully, but yeah. So go back, watch those other videos, comment. I will take heed, which means take notice of every person profile that comments, and I will enter you in the contest to win a free lens. Now, it could look something like this. A Tamron 18-300 for the Sony E. It will be for an E-mount camera, so you might not, if you don't rock with Sony, sorry, or you don't rock with an adapter, right? Sorry, but you could take that lens and trade it in for another lens that's the same type of mount, right? So that's the game we're playing today, and I got about, let's see, if I were to open this back up, I got about 100 and change left until we reach that mark. Shout out to a lot of my favorite creators out there that are just breaking the 10K mark, or no, 100K mark, that's a lot, bro. 100K for YouTube, that is a lot. So shout out to you, David Zhao. I know you're watching this. You actually won the last lens giveaway. Shout out to you, man. You've really been with my channel since like I had 1,000, and now I'm at almost 5, so 5 times that. So yeah, thank you, man. Keep doing your thing. It's good to see you pushing on. But as you're watching this video, please comment below things that you want to see in the future. Like, I have a rig build video coming up. I'm having a short film that I'm going to produce and put on this channel. Already produced it. I'm just putting it on this channel. Trying to get some feedback, because I'm seeing like a lot of, growth of channels that just post the content and not really talk about the gear. And I don't really like to talk about the gear, but by talking about gear and by teaching myself how to use certain bits of gear, other companies reach out and they're like, oh, like, you like this, maybe you like this, we'll send it to you in exchange for this, and we'll give you this amount of money. But that's why I do it, because I want to have a lot of options to be able to say no to others and to be able to have a kit like this. Through YouTube, I'm not saying like YouTube pay for the FS6. Like, my channel is not even monetized yet, so you can't even say that. But YouTube, and through the community that we've built here, I've not only been able to invest in things like this or get them for free. Zacuto, shout out to you guys. You guys are a big proponent of this channel. Audio, Track Club, you guys are all members of this channel that I love and I endear, and I appreciate for investing into my time and space. But Momin, this battery company here, sent it to me. Tilted with this adapter here. Tamron with the lens there. Atomos, not gonna lie, Atomos, I had to buy that because I was just scrolling through the media one day and I was like, let me try out that Atomos Ninja, because this guy Kofi was on here. I'm looking at his colors. I'm like, damn, his colors look crazy. Is he really taking like all that time in post? He probably is. But I've noticed just having this piece of gear here it's pretty awesome. But what I want you guys to do right now is just put in the chat whether that you can hear me. Hearing me would be great right now. Let me just share this real quick to some people, my other social medias, because I forgot to put it on there. Whoop, let me do that real quick before I forget. I don't know if you're watching this. Yeah, and the way I'm going to get in contact with you for winning the giveaway is through Instagram. So get an Instagram or get an email. Either one of those two, I'll reach out. Most likely Instagram. All right, YouTube. Join the live. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, froze up. Once this goes through, I'll go back to talk to you guys about the gear I want to talk to you about. Boom, 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 boom. I do have to dip soon when it comes to this. I'm trying to just make sure everyone's invited to this. Let's just keep adding people to the live stream. If you got something to say, just say it in the chat, please, so I can answer your questions. We're looking at Sony's new gear. We're looking at me, my channel, and the podcast that's going to be here very, very soon. I'm just getting excited because I've been investing a lot of gear and a lot of time into learning things. And it might not even be on this channel, so to say. Like, it might be in another, space. Not like another space like physical, but another space like on the internet. Like, I'll make a new channel, I'll have new branding. It'll be 5 or 6 people. We already have the shirts, not these obviously, but we already got the shirts, the logo, the mics. We're not going with the Shores because these are, $300 or $400 a piece. We're going with the Rode microphones, which are these right here. These are the pod mics. We're going to be going for that on the podcast coming up soon, just because I like the gold, black, and silver look, and it's a heavy form factor, so it just feels good in the hand there. Let me go back to here and add some other conversations that I've been meaning to add before I leave, and we don't get to talk about them. So let's look at the chat. No chat right now. Hold on, let me just boop, 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 boop. Add this real quick to my other socials. Oh yeah, and ask your questions about filmmaking. Ask away. Like, that's what I'm trying to do today. I'm trying to ask some more questions before I have to go back out and, go to this client and get some other work done in the studio and produce this next YouTube video, because YouTube has been likes my content, doesn't like my content, likes my content, doesn't like my content. So I'm just being consistent as possible with this and just trying to just put my best foot forward no matter what. And maybe we'll get some positive stuff out of there. We'll see. But yeah, let me put it on Facebook now. Here's a question. If somebody can answer this for me in the chat or just in general, or DM me or something. Can you live stream on 2 platforms at once? I'm new to the whole live streaming thing. I'm just honestly doing this to test out various setups. Who knows if I'll leave this video on my channel, but I just love the overall vibe and aesthetic that this gives off. And I know this is another question I got before I get into this thing. So a lot of people ask me, like, why did you choose Sony? Why did you choose Sony cameras in general? And it's just because, one, I saw the community and it was right in front of me. I saw where your eyes, like, humans are very observational heavy creatures. So like, once you see things, you're going to want to replicate it or be around that environment. One of my favorite creators during the pandemic was Brett Conti, and he did this Sony video vlog challenge or whatever. And I was like, yo, I should try to do that. So I joined that challenge, and I was like, all right, maybe it wasn't on my camera. I didn't have a Sony camera. The challenge is not like to own a Sony camera, but you produce just like anything according to their guidelines, and then you join a contest. And it was just a cool contest to be a part of, to be honest. And seeing that in retrospect, seeing that back in the day that I joined that because of the community, because of a person's face, makes me want to extend that hand further. Like, I don't have brand allegiance. Like, I don't only buy Sony things. Like, I don't even have a PlayStation 5 or whatever number they're on now. I don't own all Sony accessories, Sony microphones. It's just the camera system. I chose it. I was like, yo, these people are pretty dope. Let me engage with them online. And people are people, man. Like I've been reaching out to them, and it's been pretty cool just to grow online and grow in person from just making a simple choice of choosing a camera brand. If I would go back, to the beginning, would I choose Sony? That is a good question. That is a good question. I do not know. If I go back, would I choose Sony? Yeah, I would choose Sony and I would choose Blackmagic because that G2, the colors are crazy, but the file sizes, 12K, I couldn't imagine. But a lot of my favorite creators like Giancarlo Stigliano and I forgot the other guy's name, Moji Wilson, they're out there using that camera. But I don't know about now, but 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, damn, this looks really dope. Maybe I'll get into that. Maybe I will get into that camera. But yeah, that's the gear. That's the gear talk. So as far as the podcast goes, we're going for like a gray, black. No, not black because there's too much black in my vibe right now. It's too dark. We're going for like a gray, beige, and white theme for the podcast. None of this is going to be here. We're going to have it on this other back wall. I wish I can just show you what this wall looks like. It's like the same thing as this, but it's light gray and it goes horizontal instead of, you see how the panels back here go vertical? Ones over there are like this. One's right here, straight ahead. I actually got these from a company called Woodup, WOODUPP.com. And they sent them to me for free. One, because I am going to make ads for them because obviously I love this aesthetic. If those of you guys remember my old studio upstairs, it was very like woody. I know this is wood, but it was just colored wood. Like my skin tone blended in with the background. So now my skin tone stands out. Whoever's going to be on this set, they're going to stand out. And it's just much more inviting. Even though it's dark to the viewer's eyes, your attention is either dragged to that light or to me in the center. And that's really why I got that setup there. That is called the Woodup, WOOD. Let me put that in the chat. Woodup. Oh, we see you, Sleepy. What up? What up, bro? How you doing? Hope you're all right, man. I've been seeing your channel. Keep posting, bro. Keep posting. Keep plugging away the gaming channel. I've been thinking about, posting a gaming channel or getting into a gaming channel, but I don't want to spread myself too thin when it comes to production and stuff like that. Having a lot of things in my plate already. I have a baby on the way, a kid on the way, so that's pretty cool. So that's why I'm really rushing this setup because I want to have a working system. So if you guys know an editor, someone who does thumbnails, someone who wants to come in and actually work this thing here, hold on, let me back up real quick. So for the future and, for my future videos, what I plan to do is, in the podcast, we're going to be going with the Atom Mini. I don't even know how to say this. Atom Mini? Am I saying it wrong? I'll say it again. Atom Mini Pro. I'll put it right here so y'all, wait, no, this way. That's the camera, right? Is it in focus? There we go. Yeah, so this is the Atom Mini Pro. I haven't even got to use it yet. It's not the Pro ISO because one, I don't need to spend an extra $200 on getting that isolated tracks. I don't see the point in that. But it is by Blackmagic, and again, like I said before, like if I were to go back and choose a camera system, it would be Sony or Blackmagic, mainly because DaVinci Resolve. Like, what? This is crazy. Like having this for free is sick. Yeah, Blackmagic. But let me get this thing up here. This is the Atom Mini Pro. Why am I showing this now? Because this is going to be perfect for you if you want to have multiple cameras on a stream. Now, I don't have my second camera set up, but in the future, while I'm streaming, right, I'll have this A9III Pro just kind of plugged in, I guess, beneath me. Like I have a table right here when I'm streaming. And what I'll do is I'll put this down here and I'll be able to cut between cameras. And I'll put the thing close there. It has like camera buttons. It has, what else does it have on here? What? It has like picture-in-picture recording, stream on air. It's just a good thing to have in your kit in the future, right? Like having something like this, especially with the podcast, like having, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 people in your oh, what up, David? In your podcast, having them there and being able to switch live and not having to go back and edit is just key, bro. Just having this key. What'd you miss, David? Nah, you didn't miss much, bro. I was honestly just talking about the Sony cameras, why I chose Sony to begin with, where this channel's going, just basic stuff, trying to get used to this live stream setup because I want it to be working and have a good system in place when I become a different level of creator. Like as I'm starting to transgress and progress in my creative flow and consistency with the posting, I want to have systems in place, kind of like you do, bro, to attain success and not be too bogged down because obviously my life is going to start speeding up. You got a kid on the way, so my life is going to start speeding up tenfold. And I want to just have things like this, things that make my job 10 times easier, the raw workflow, the switcher. I was looking at a Rodecaster for the podcast, but it's a work in progress. Like honestly, I would like to do what you have. I have like a studio backdrop I'm trying to get, like one of those. If you look here, like where you take your thumbnail photos. I don't know if you could see on the live stream, but next to this light, there's actually 3 pulleys, and it's like the drop down paper backdrop, kind of like Becky and Chris have on their channel. Like they have these photography papers. I haven't gotten them in the mail yet because I don't know, for some reason Amazon's slacking today. I actually ordered them like 10 days ago, but that's the A9III Pro. That's my reasoning behind getting the A9III Pro just in general, because I really need to have a workflow that is tied down to a T. If you know any creators, or if you want to be on the podcast or, fly up or do it digitally, let me know, because that's literally what I want to do. And it won't be just like creative stuff. Like I'll have one for creatives. Yes, that's like, I'll do that on this channel every now and then, but I don't want to niche myself too down. You know what I'm saying? Like pigeonhole myself too much to where I can't even, expand and people expect a certain quality of video. But yeah, setup looks fire. Yeah, thanks, bro. Yeah, it's actually GVM sent me this light. They contact us creators, to do reviews every now and then. And then Nanlite, Forza 60 right here without a softbox because I couldn't afford the softbox when I first got it. And then they stopped carrying it. And then they recarried it like 2 days ago. Oh, either way, it's a Forza 60 right here. Amazon tube light off of this guy's channel on YouTube. Sprite back there, that's from, if you could see the little orange, if I move my camera out of the way. Back there is a light from Weelite, the company. Weelite, Weeylite. I think they're a subsidiary of a major light company. I forgot which one. It's lost in my head right now, but they've been sending me gear left and right. I just haven't had time to review it. And that's like what my biggest struggle is. And that's why I always ask you, like, bro, like, how do you make time to like just, I feel like I just should start saying no to a lot more companies. Just like, don't even answer or just saying no. Because after going to NAB in New York, I have seen like a lot of companies, bro. Like, I want to say, and this is a good story to anyone out there who's looking to become a filmmaker, looking to get into this space. There are a ton of companies either just starting or already starting, looking for new ambassadors, looking for new creatives. There's a ton of companies out there, and it was so overwhelming. Like, when I went to this thing, it was hosted by Blackmagic. It was called NAB. I don't even know what NAB even stands for, but while I was there, I made so many connections. Like, it was like overwhelming. Like, I'm not even gonna use all them because I would feel bad doing them a disservice. And that's other than YouTube and posting consistently, Instagram, all that other crap, uh, going out and actually practicing one, with your phone or whatever camera you have, hitting up people, two, and going to network events. Like the one today for Sony, and I was a little pissed off that I missed it, but I just was at one earlier in New York City. It's actually again tomorrow. I don't know where it is in New York, but it was free, and I should have did like a YouTube short on it, but I just been slacking with the shorts, honestly, because getting used to this gear has been a mountain. And before I wrap this stream up, leave a question. If you're watching this late, if you missed it, I didn't mean to even go live today. I was just going to go live just to go live because Sony has this new camera, and it's just, I'm a camera nerd, bro. Like, to be honest, I am a cinematographer, but I love tech. I love gear. Just seeing new gear come out and seeing people push the envelope and seeing other people get excited about gear it's just cool. It's just very, very, very cool seeing people get excited about gear. Let's see what David says before You've been saying no to many companies. Yeah, you're right. How many light reviews can you do? And exactly, like light reviews aren't necessarily like interesting. Like they're interesting to a very, very small group of people. So like, what I was trying to pitch to these companies was like, I'll make a short film for you and only use your lighting, but they don't want that. They just want, their gear like pushed in front of people's faces. But that's not like what I'm aiming for. If I'm going to push gear in people's faces, it's going to be like the cool stuff. But like, obviously right now I'm not big enough of a creator to be pushing like a DJI drone I could do this now, like Sony and Atomos stuff, because I have it already, but like cool stuff that like, I won't want to say cool stuff, but like more clickbaity stuff that will help progress me quicker as a creator. Not like progress, I would say like help me get more opportunities at less input on my end. Like I would have to do 50 or 60 light reviews as opposed to one video for DJI, or 20 light reviews as opposed to one video for Sennheiser, which I actually met, bro. I forgot to tell you, I was outside of the bathroom, or my brother was outside the bathroom. Shout out to my brother Nemo if you're watching this. But he was chilling outside of the bathrooms at NAB. And I don't have the guy's card right now, but this old guy comes up to my brother. He's like, and this goes out to anyone, like, yo, get out there and you don't even have to be a camera know-it-all. Just get out there and just try it out, right? So he comes up to my brother outside the bathroom, not in the bathroom because that's weird. And he's like, which one of us has the better shoes? And my brother doesn't know much about camera. First of all, my brother's holding the cameras for me. He's holding this, which is like a lot to see for someone who doesn't know cameras. And he's holding like the camera I'm filming on now, the A7, which one is that? A9 III, which is also a $2,000 camera with all the gear on it. But he's holding both those. The guy from Sennheiser comes up to him. He's like, which one of us has the better shoes? And my brother's like, I think you got me beat, because he's just like, shooting the shit with this guy. And I'm like, okay. I come out, I hear my brother talking to this guy. He has no idea that he's like the VP or a very high up position at Sennheiser, which is a huge company. Those of you who don't know who Sennheiser is, just Google it, SENNHEISER. Ding, ding, ding. I hope that's right. Sennheiser. But he was talking to them. He gets a card from him. The guy starts giving him crap because he had a Rode microphone on the camera. My brother doesn't even know the difference between Sennheiser and Rode. He's getting into this videography thing. And it was cool to see that the VP took time out of his day just to talk to somebody else about sneakers. And it shows you how everyone is human, right? Like, we all desire the need to, like, converse and talk to people and do things that are outside of where we work or what we do on a daily basis. And this guy took time to, now we have an established relationship. We have an email back and forth. I have a bridge relationship with Sennheiser just because he talked to my brother outside of the bathroom and while he was holding my camera gear, right? Like, that long story would have never happened if I didn't say, like, bro, I know you don't know cameras that much. I know you don't know, like, cinematography that much, but come to this event and try it out. I'll give you one of my cameras to try out for the day. We'll make videos together. And then it also wouldn't happen if we both didn't have to use the bathroom at the same time. But you don't need to be the best at what you do all the time. Granted, you should want to be the best, but you don't need to be the best. You just have to be at the right place at the right time. That's what a lot of these YouTubers are. They're just at the right place at the right time, doing the right amount of work. My brother had the right amount of work because he had the Sony cameras with the Rode mic in his hands. He was at the right place, NAB, and he caught the guy outside the bathroom. Oh, the guy caught him outside the bathroom at the right time. So that's just how it went down. And it was just cool to see that my brother, who doesn't know anything about cameras, got that opportunity. And then while we were at NAB, oh, sorry, that's the wind knocking on my garage. Scared me just now. While we were at NAB, we got free food, which is pretty cool. But I got put on to Fuji cameras. Now, F-U-J-I, Fuji, or is it F-I-J-I? Fiji? No, Fuji. I got put on the Fuji cameras by the Fuji ambassador. He comes up to me, he sees me with the gear again, right place, right time. And he's like, how do you like that camera? I'm like, I like it. I was just really in New York City with my brother, having a good time, showing him some stuff. And he's like, maybe you should try out this XT5. I don't even know the initials, bro. It's like XT5X, whatever. But we're trying it out, and we're looking at it. And I take a couple shots, and this guy, Asuquo, shout out to Asuquo. I don't know how to say your full name, but he comes up to me. He's like, yo, I seen your YouTube videos before. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this guy seen my YouTube videos? I only have less than 5,000 subscribers. He's like, yeah, I seen your face before on either Instagram or YouTube. And it just shows you people if you start doing something that you like, bro, there's going to be, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 100K like David's out here, but ton of people that like the same thing, right? So he comes up to me, he's like, yo, I seen your YouTube videos before, bro. I seen this face before. Here's my car. Let me take your photo. Takes a couple of my photos. The Fuji guy comes up to me. He's like, we should talk. I'm hearing that your content, is very influential, because the guy was talking my content up, and I was like, I had no idea who this person was, but talking my content up to these reps of these companies, and just from me being there and him recognizing me from me doing what I like, I post stuff on Instagram. Sometimes it doesn't even catch traction. I'll go look on Instagram right now. Some of my posts don't get tons of likes. They'll get 20, 40, or sometimes I get 1,000, and I'll be like, all right, that's pretty cool. But I post stuff just because I like to do it, right? I like to consistently have my name out there and consistently I love it. I love creating. So if you love, I love it. So I just keep doing it. But that being said, by me doing this and doing what I like, now Fuji wants to send me stuff. This all stems from a long rabbit hole about a Sony camera coming out today. But that is where we're going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed being here. David Zhao, shout out to you, bro, for really supporting the channel. Shout out to you for having 100K. The goal for me, bro, before December 31st, before that clock hits the thingy and it does a little thing to the Kobe year, I want to be at monetized. Forget numbers. Not forget numbers, but forget subscribers, forget comments, forget giveaways. I really just want to be monetized so I can then take hold of more of my decisions and bring you guys better, more genuine content in the process. I don't want to be forced to take deals because I didn't get enough clients this month and I need to, post video for this client to, generate income. If I was able to, get above that level there and proceed to be monetized, that's the goal. But podcast coming soon, more gear reviews coming soon. It's your boy Kip Jackson. Start somewhere, gang. Comment below another LED company because I think the LED sign up there broke, so I need to get another one for here. Peace!